Large Senior Day 2. Let's watch it together. If you are new here, I like to watch and break down routines from a judge level perspective to educate the viewers and fans of this incredible sport. Day 2 is obviously so important. It is worth 75% of their score. And after coaching a large senior team for 10 years, winning NCA for 4 of those years, I know that anything can happen on day 2 at NCA All-Star Nationals. Taking the stage first in the large senior division, we have World Cup shooting stars. Now, the judges were very critical to them in the overall execution categories, mainly in basket tosses and in pyramid. So hopefully the judges can see the improvements that they make into day 2. Starting with the hand doubles coming to the front, like I said yesterday, that timing and landing is so impressive. The basket in the center was very high. It traveled just a little bit. I love all the lifting and pyramid work that they're doing at the back of the floor during the standing tumbling just to keep the layers visual. The technique of that section was stronger than yesterday on standing tumbling. A little bit of a spot timing on the 2-to-whip doubles coming to the front. As we get into the elite stunt, a little bit of excessive movement on the far right on the extended hand and hands as they move into the toe touch entrance. Immediate rewind to the top 2 feet. Better on that catch point on the rewind to the twisting skill to the scale. A little bit of movement on the left before the kick double dismounts. Now, the kick double dismounts, in my opinion, need a lot of cleaning and technique work before the World Championship. I'm not sure if she's watered down or just no throat in the moment, but that standing wonderful was distracting live in the moment. Great job on the full around TikTok to hill stretch. Their bases seem a little far apart underneath the top of their stunts, so I would like to see their bases get a little bit further chest to chest. Great jump execution, especially on that last toe touch. As we move into the running tumbling. Another no throw going across the front that's going to impact the overall impression to the judges. As we move into the basket tosses, they need to show major improvements. I feel like their body lines in the twisting just need to show a more hollow position in their kick double dismounts and their double downs. It just looks like they're not in a hollow position with their core through their toes. That flip on the right obviously was a little bit of a mishap getting up into that structure, but very, very good save from those bases and that flyer. Good job taking out the back folds just for technique purposes, making them back layouts. And that was a great routine from Shooting Stars to start the division on day 1. Really quick, let's look at the breakdown from day 1 and see where the biggest separation between teams was. The biggest separation was pyramid execution. The lowest scoring team was Shooting Stars. They received a 3.4, and the highest scoring team was Stingray Orange, and they received a 3.9 in pyramid execution. That's a 0.5 difference, but overall, that's a full point when the score is multiplied times 2. So the judges are saying that the Stingray All-Stars Orange pyramid execution was a full point better than World Cup Shooting Stars. Something else to notice when looking at the rubric is that Woodlands Elite Generals are beating every other large senior team in both of the tumbling technique categories. In standing tumbling, they got a perfect score in execution, and in running tumbling, they got a 3.9 in execution. In standing tumbling, when generals get a 4.0 in execution and CJA Bombshells and Shooting Stars get a 3.7, that is a 0.3 difference, but when the score is total, that's actually 0.6 difference. So generals are beating 2 other teams by 0.6 in one tumbling execution category alone. Another huge separator was the toss execution. The lowest scoring team to the highest scoring team was a 0.4 difference overall, making that a 0.8 difference separating the lowest scoring team to the highest scoring team. Now, when watching the division yesterday, I personally thought Panthers were going to be sitting in second place after watching the entire division, but looking at the formations and transitions, they got a 1.8, and Stingrays and Senior Elite both got a perfect 2.0, and overall, that is a 0.4 difference. So that alone could be the difference between Panthers and Senior Elite going into day 2. The routine creativity is neck and neck. Every single team scoring a 1.8, Bombshells and Panthers getting a 1.83, and Orange getting a 1.83, and Senior Elite taking the highest routine creativity score with a 1.87. It is day 2 for Woodlands Elite Generals taking the stage, and I am expecting a hit. This team came out so strong at the beginning of the senior, especially for a new large senior team. I'm so impressed with what they've been able to do, and I can feel that they are going to hit this routine in their hometown. Obviously, they had a couple of issues yesterday that impacted their overall score because of the deduction. So I'm excited to see what they can do with the hit routine on day 2. Let's go. They're starting off with the round off back handspring double wall going to the back and the hand double wall coming to the front. Like I mentioned yesterday in my video, in my opinion, they have the best difficulty in running tumbling as far as variety, and they had the best execution, separating them by point 0.6 from other teams in the division. The same thing with the standing tumbling. They were also the highest scoring team in standing tumbling execution, separating them from the rest of the division in that category. The energy is there. The timing has been so strong. It already looks a lot cleaner than yesterday. We're moving into the elite stunt. Like I mentioned, they made that smart change with the stretch to stretch here and the first elite getting the same credit as they were before. Moving into the extended hand in hand, I've noticed that their extended hand in hands aren't fully extended. Some of them are at prep, some of them are eye level compared to Orange, who are fully locked out and engaged in their extended hand in hand. These girls are hitting like predicted. That pass across the front is so impressive. As they move into the tosses, I feel like those tosses were much cleaner than yesterday on timing, angles, and their overall technique. So hopefully the judges will reward them in toss execution. That pyramid section was so much stronger than yesterday as well. We're moving into the second elite, the full up immediate body position, turn, and kick double in the layer. That's so much cleaner. Such a smart move from the Woodlands Elite Generals to get higher execution at NCA All-Star Nationals. When we're moving into the jumps here, great flexibility and control throughout the jump section. And we're moving into pyramid. A little bit of a timing issue on that first dip on the outsides. Moving into the rewind full twisting waterfall. Something you might not know about generals is they've been large senior before. This is not their first time in large senior. They're just new to the division, obviously, coming from small senior. And to me, that looked like a hit from Woodlands Elite Generals Day 2 at NCA. In my opinion, they will be placing ahead of Shooting Stars because Shooting Stars had a couple of execution issues in their elite stunt as well as in their pyramid. And Woodlands Elite Generals overall came out and just looked like a super energized team. Their routine looked like they enjoyed it. They looked super confident. It looks like they're having fun. Really, really good job to Woodlands Elite Generals. I'm so happy for that team and the coaching staff. And it's always special when you can go out and do it in your hometown. If they scored a perfect score in standing tumbling yesterday and a 3.9 in running tumbling, I predict that I would see a 4.0 again in standing tumbling and either a 3.9 or a 4.0 in running. I thought the tumbling looked even stronger than yesterday. For sure, the basket tosses, in my opinion, looked a lot stronger with the timing, the height matching on the tosses, and that max pyramid sequence where they're putting up 12 groups with 7 groups doing the elite skills, 6 of them doing the rewind to 2 feet out prep, then the front fulls. That section also looked a lot cleaner. So good job to generals. Taking the stage now is Central Jersey All-Stars Bombshells, a new addition to large senior, the reigning world champion in medium senior. They have made some smart changes to their pyramid and to their routine that I am a fan of after watching them on day 1. And here we go. I love their opening with the round off rewind up to extended lib immediately to the top A little bit of movement there from the center, but wow, what a strong opening to start this routine. Great job with that 2 to double coming to the center. Love that visual with the corner pass. I know I mentioned that yesterday, but wow. They do the 8 front handspring ups to the top. A little bit of a power press there. Mike getting a building bobble there. Moving into their standing tumbling. Oof, she's off the mat, both feet. That's also going to be a deduction with kind of a sloppy landing. I love that walk. I know I talked about that yesterday. The execution of that section was much stronger on the full around TikTok. Love the freeze and the catch there. Yeah, still some feet apart and bent knees during the wonderful section. Overall, just watching the routine as we're entering the running tumbling, there have just been a couple of little things throughout each section that's going to hurt the overall impression and dynamic feel of the routine. While they haven't had any major falls to the floor, there have just been a couple of things that have taken away from the overall impression and the execution, and therefore doesn't leave the energy and excitement as hype as it could be. I'm talking about how they had a little bit of an issue on the front handspring half up. They had the girl step 2 feet off the mat, what looked like an incomplete double. So little things, timing issues in this running tumbling with sloppy landing. So little things like that that take away, like a round off full down the center, little things like that that's going to hurt. Just the overall impact in this division. In large senior, the routine has to be jam packed with pace, entertainment, and keeping everything has to have an exclamation point in each and every section to keep that energy up. And they did hit a very, very strong routine, but I could see them placing behind Generals today off first impression. They are such a strong team, and what they're doing in large senior is so impressive. But overall, today, I felt like Generals will outscore them based on the tumbling and the overall execution of the building. Now, what I want to highlight about CJA is their difficulty in stunts. We're getting close to the World Championship, so I will talk about stunt difficulty in large senior, but specifically CJA. They're the only team doing a double up, and they're doing it from a prep level. They're also doing a front handspring half up, and they're the only team doing a rewind to single leg, and they do the most difficult entrance in the rewind across teams. So the rewind to a single leg, the front handspring half up, and the double up are all level 6 skills that they are going to be rewarded for at Worlds. Now, they did have a bobble in the front handspring half up, and that will not impact their difficulty at NCA because they only need 6 doing the skill to get credit. But if that were to happen at Worlds, they would lose difficulty, execution, and receive the deduction. Now, with CJA, their pyramid execution should go up compared to yesterday. Yesterday, they had a few issues in pyramid, allowing skills not to go, which hurt the overall impact and the execution. But today, that score should increase. Okay, obviously, my favorite team that I get the most excited to watch is Panthers. There's a different feeling inside of me when I watch them. So, this might be an emotional reaction, a live reaction, all of the things. But comment down below the team that gets you the most excited to watch in Large Senior. If you're at NCA or if you've watched Large Senior, which team out of the 6 gets you the most excited when they are taking the stage? And does that team change for you? Do you change based on what the team is doing that season in their routine for you to like their routine or enjoy it? Or are you a die-hard stan to one of these teams? All right, taking the stage now, we have Cheer Athletics Panthers. I am predicting a hit for this team. Typically, NCA is in Dallas, Texas. That is their stomping ground. They're not too far from home. We travel to Houston sometimes for competition, so I'm hoping they come out and lay it all on the line. A Beautiful 5-skill basket happening at the back of the floor during the standing full transitioning. Such great timing and technique on the 2 to double and the 2 to full wall that was happening with the 2 to whip doubles going in a formation that I absolutely love. Getting into the stunt technique where they do have room for improvement compared to yesterday. Great job on the catch point. I feel like the extended hands are stronger than yesterday. We're at the full up switch up. The timing of kicking the heel stretch was a little off on the left side. Going into the kick double dismount, which they turned to face the back, which I think is so smart. With the wonderful section happening and the whip doubles coming to the front, which are so dynamic and clean. Moving into their second elite, we have the rewind up to 2 feet. Stronger than yesterday on the catch point from some groups. Moving into the full around TikTok to hill stretch. High to hill stretch. So much cleaner than yesterday, in my opinion. When it comes down to stunt execution, they are so excited that they are hitting this routine. Moving into the jumps, which I thought was one of their most improved sections yesterday. A little bit of traveling from the center jumper, just a tad, as we move into the running tumbling. These girls are living their best life. The energy coming from the floor is absolutely insane. And we're setting for the tosses. Beautiful tosses from Panthers. And we're up into the extended hand in hands. Oh, and we missed one on the left side. So that will cost them a deduction. And depending on if it's a 0.75 or a 1.25, could decide if they move all the way down to the bottom of the ranking. And my heart is hurting right now. Live reaction of my heart breaking. I just love these girls, these coaches, this gym so much. And they're just so talented. And what these girls are doing is so difficult in such a high pressure environment. Obviously, that's an unfortunate mishap that happened in Pyramid, but overall, I thought they were much stronger than yesterday in many categories across the score sheet. Panthers specifically, just watching them in comparison to the teams that have gone, I felt like the overall technique is presented well in every single section. There wasn't a section that lacked overall technique or visual appeal. Did they have a building fall in their pyramid? Yes. Is it going to give them a deduction and hurt their overall impression and difficulty? Yes. So, with that being said, outside of the deduction, I felt like their jumps, their tumbling, their tosses, every single aspect of the technique was super strong, if not stronger than yesterday. So obviously my heart is hurting for Panthers. Everyone knows you have to hit day 2 at NCA if you want to be considered for the crown. I mentioned earlier in the video the pyramid execution yesterday was separated by 0.5, making that a full point. After today, with the mishap that's happening in Panthers pyramid, I predict the stunt judge will be equally as critical, and that will separate Panthers from the rest of the division, along with World Cup Shooting Stars, who had a little bit of an issue in their pyramid as well, taking those two teams probably towards the bottom of the ranking. After looking at the breakdown yesterday, seeing what the building judge scored with stunt execution, pyramid execution, and toss execution, I predict they're going to be equally as harsh. And if they're equally as harsh, that's going to have a more dramatic impact on their overall score because today is worth 75% of the total score. It could literally be any order. That is what's so crazy about this division. NCA, the 75%, literally anything can happen. And so it's just fun to make a guess. At the end of the day, the only people it matters to are the people sitting on the judging panel. No matter what the thousands and thousands of fans watching or want to happen, it is in the hands of people on the panel and what their opinion is what matters. But it's always fun to make a guess. Senior Elite is taking the stage right now, and I am also predicting a hit for them. They are one of the most consistent teams in the division, if not the industry. They are trained so well. You can tell that they have so much confidence every time they take the stage. Arguably the loudest crowd in all-star cheerleading for Senior Elite, so let's get into it. Starting with standing full, so clean on the stick and stand with their 2 to full, while equally as clean as Panthers as far as the timing and the synchronization. The center 2 to double was stronger than yesterday as far as technique is considered. Wonderful is a little choppy on timing and execution, not as strong as yesterday in my opinion. Ooh, lots of movement on the high to high filler on TikToks from 2 or 3 groups. Great recovery on the rewind to 2 feet at the top. Moving into their inversion. The catch point of those inversions I felt like were stronger and more sturdy than yesterday, and the Flyers' arabesque legs were better. Baskets still do not have that picture moment with each skill that they're doing within the tosses. It looks a little bit rushed on the kicks and the kicks. Timing issue when pulling the scale on the left side. The outsides of the jumps are really distracting as far as technique is concerned. If you're looking at the back corners, they're just not equally as level as the rest of the team down the V. Great job on the running tumbling there. They got rid of the dress, it looks like. Not even bringing it out for day 2. Moving into what they're known for, the pyramid sequence here. So much happening, keeping the eye visual. I feel like they have the most difficult pyramid in large senior, not only because of the skill choice and the variety, but the overall pace and visuals that they create. Like this rippled full up switch up here. I love how they immediately walk out after with the forward flipping waterfall, and they embrace the power press so much cleaner, deliberately power pressing today. Overall, it looks like a hit routine. Maybe we'll get a bobble for some extra movement on the high to high full around 360 TikTok. But overall, wow, so great for Senior Elite. Day 2 at NCA. Basically, the door is open with the separation that Orange had yesterday, day 1. They have to come out and hit their routine equally as good as yesterday, and they will walk away as your NCA champion. With that said, Panthers had a major building fall. Senior Elite had a building bobble, if not 2, and were not as clean in some areas. So Orange could come out and potentially drop a stunt. I don't want that to happen, but they could come out, drop a stunt, and still be the NCA All-Star National Champion due to the other 2 top 3 teams having deductions that will have a huge impact on their score. From coaching large senior, I just want to point out how incredible all of these athletes are. What they are doing at the consistent level they are doing it at is beyond impressive. And literally, I don't think you guys can understand the physical and mental strength it takes to compete in these divisions. Think about it. For cheer sport, they're practicing every single day for almost 2 weeks leading up to cheer sport, traveling across the country, doing the Friday night cheer league, Saturday performances, Sunday performances, getting back to the gym, practicing the night that they fly home, practicing every single day again for 2 weeks, leading up to NCA, traveling, doing the Pro Cheer League, a Saturday performance, a Sunday performance. It is so much cheer. These athletes already have such a busy schedule with school or school cheer or extracurricular activities or other sports that they're doing. I honestly just want to say thank you to all of the athletes and the large senior athletes for putting in the blood, sweat, and tears to lay out these performances in these huge arenas. It is so fun for the fans and the viewers to watch you guys go out and exhibit some of the best skills in all-star cheerleading. All right, here we go. Stingray All-Stars Orange, the last team to perform in large senior. coming out hoping to hit their routine day 2 so they can walk away as the NCA All-Star National Champion in large senior. Standing to doubles coming to the front with the running doubles crossing the sides of the floor, and the 2 to whip double coming to the front with legs glued. I talked about that yesterday. Moving into one of the most visual sections of their routine, the standing full with the rewind happening at the back. Okay, here we go. They're moving into the elite. Everyone is on the edge of their seats, waiting to see if Stingray Orange will consistently hit this elite stunt. Wow, the extended hand in hands were so well executed, moving into the rewind at 2 feet. And we're at the top. They're hitting this routine. They have got through that first elite stunt with great execution across the board. And when they come out and hit a stunt section like that, after teams have come out and had building deductions, it's even more impressive and more impactful to the viewer and to the fans. For handspring half ups to the top, no movement. Moving into the full up switch up here to the arabesque. And they are hitting this routine. Moving into the standing wonderful section with the lifts going on at the back. Into the jumps where they do 3 different jumps, all connected with great synchronization and flexibility there. Wow, great tosses on timing and execution. Moving into the 6 full up extended pop through hand in hands to the top. Wow, their max participation pyramid had no movement, and this pyramid is already looking stronger than it did yesterday. Moving into the very last structure where they do the twisting element to the top, braced. And Stingray Orange just came out and hit their routine day 2 at NCA. They are going to be the national champion in large senior, and I have full body chills watching this because they truly are so impressive with how consistent and technical they are. To go to the majors and cheer sport to win this division and then come to NCA where you're seeing all of the other teams on the varsity score sheet and to hit a routine like this. Wow, kudos to Stingray All-Stars Orange. The thing that separates them this weekend is obviously hitting their routine both days, but the other moments of their routine that are so small that I think are so impactful is the standing full section. The visual with the rewind happening at the back and the way that they stick and stand their standing fulls really starts the routine off so strong. I love how long they hold their handstand to give the judges and the viewers that pause like this moment, and then when they hit it with no movement, it really is so impressive and so impactful. The overall technique of their building skills is so strong. It truly looks collegiate level. And then they move into the tumbling sections where their highlighted tumblers coming down the middle have their legs glued. Their max participation pyramid, when they put the 6 groups up in the pyramid, is another highlightable moment for me. And just overall, their performance looks so mature. It looks so poised. They looked so confident throughout the whole routine. You can tell that's a group of very trained athletes who've probably been in that program or other strong programs to come out and lay out that routine is so experienced, and they definitely deserve to be the large all-girl champion at NCAA All-Star Nationals. Thank you guys so much for watching Large Senior with me, day 2 at NCA, and comment down below your personal favorite team from the season, and has that always been your favorite team?